Shalom, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostle Great Millstone, and citations to you all can teach all the truth and sincerity. This can be called for she wisdom is the tree of life. And this wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is us being granted access back to the tree of life. Because you drink of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you'll never thirst again. It will actually bring you to life, everlasting. Um, um, so this is I'm gonna start in John chapter 4, verse 14. It says, uh, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him as a well shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Yeah, because this knowledge, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you know, of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, these scriptures um, will lead to everlasting life, because we're on the path of life. Um, you know, leading to everlasting life. Um, I'm gonna go to another. So like, you can go to another scripture. This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach chapter 1, verse 20. Ecclesiasticus chapter 1, verse 20. It says, the root of wisdom is the fear of Yahweh, and the branches thereof are long life. You know, it says in which I'm gonna get um the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom attained of his love. I basically butchered it, but the point is you have to have a healthy fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in order to be accepted of him. That's how, you know, that's the root of wisdom. That's the root of wisdom. You have to fear the Lord. Um, uh, so I'm gonna go to another scripture. In Job, chapter 34 and verse 3. It's Job chapter 34. It says I'll read verse 2. This is Job chapter 34, verse 2. It says, hear my words, O ye wise men, and give ear unto me, ye that have knowledge, for the ear trieth words, as the mouth tasteth meat. And and we this wisdom, knowledge, understanding is not given to everybody to understand. This wisdom is only given to a select few to comprehend and understand. Um, and I'm gonna read verse 4. It says, let us choose to us judgments, let us know among ourselves what is good. For Job hath said, I am righteous, and the Most High have taken away my judgment. Um, because Job was uh he was a man of integrity, and he um hated wickedness. He even rebuked his wife when she said, um, "Curse the Most High and die." He said, "Shall we receive good of the Most High and not evil?" Because the Most High, He deals with both sides. The left side and the right side. And Job had integrity, and he, basically rebuked his wife and said, "You speakest thou as the foolish women," and told her, um, "Shall we not receive both good and evil of Yahweh?" You know, um, because we also understand that a part of this truth, we got to go through trials and tribulations, and we have to endure those different trials and tribulations. Part being a part of this truth, being walking this righteous narrow path within you know this thing of ours, being a part of this truth. So we're gonna go through many things, but we gotta hold fast and endure to the very end. But to go back to the Ecclesiasticus, which is Sirach, I'm gonna go to 19 and verse 18. Uh this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 19 verse 18, the one I quoted earlier. I'm gonna read it. This is Ecclesiastes 19 verse 18. It says, "The fear of Yahweh is the first step to be accepted of Him, and wisdom attain His love." So we gotta fear. We gotta have a healthy fear of the Lord to obtain, to be accepted of Him, and you know that's how, that's the root of wisdom. Um, to fear, Yahweh Shinyan Shai. It says the knowledge of the commandments of Yahweh is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please Him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. So if we please, Yahweh Shinyan Shai, um, Lord willing, if we endure unto the end, we shall receive uh, immortality. Um, in the end, everlasting life, deliverance, and salvation from the second death. Um, it says Proverbs 1 verse 7. Proverbs 1 verse 7 says, "The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." So the beginning of knowledge is the fear of the Lord, and it's wisdom. It's a wise thing to do. But fools, people who don't understand um, that, or they despise the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, or they don't take heed to the instructions of Yahweh Shai, and they despise it, you know, they will in the end be perish. Um, I'm gonna go to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13. This is Proverbs 3 and 13. It says, "Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the, the gain thereof than fine gold." Because this wisdom, knowledge, understanding is more precious than rubies, than pearls and diamonds. You know, it's important to have wisdom before you have all those things. Like it says in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, 21, 20 to 21. Um, uh, if you want thrones and sepulchres, honor wisdom. Before you have those things, if you want thrones, witches, sepulchres, honor wisdom. And before you have those things, because this wisdom is the most important thing to have. Because all those things, if you have wisdom before you have riches, before you have thrones, before you get a huge power seat, you'll know how to keep that stuff that you gain. If you have wisdom, if you honor wisdom first, above all those things. Um, I mean, verse 15 it says, "She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be okay, let me read that again. Verse 15 says, "She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her." It says, "Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor." And because if you have wisdom, you can strengthen, you can lengthen your days. If you honor wisdom. Um, it says verse, and yeah, and gain riches and honors and honor. And it says her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. It says she is a true uh, okay, she is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is every one that retaineth her. Yeah, because if if you um if you honor wisdom, um your habitations will be at peace. Because when King Solomon was on the earth ruling, his kingdom was a peaceful, a long peaceful rule. No kingdom came up against Israel during the time of Solomon. All Israelites were in the land, and the rulership of King Solomon was 40 years of peace, a peaceful rulership, because every nation was under his was under subjection under the Israelites for a 40-year period. Um, and I'm using that as an example, but the point is, if you honor and use wisdom, what you want to obtain and gain, you'll be able to attain and gain it. Be able to have it for a long period of time, extended existence. That's why in our kingdom, when we what's the word? Giving back, the power seat. We're given new bodies and riches and everything. We'll be able to keep it because this wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Shin Yahshua will be written in our inner parts. We'll know how to govern the earth, govern the kingdom, and use those many riches and resources wisely, righteously, to govern the earth and complete all righteousness. That way we won't ever use or misuse things um, to the point where it's not used in a wise way. Um, but anyway, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna say all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashin Yahshua Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone. Citations to you, I teach all true sincerity and show one.